Associates, and remain with us for the next 30 minutes as evangelist David Brothers of the Church of Jayne Mansfield lays the groundwork of the new atomic age and instructs you on the essential precepts of the social gospel of Jayne Mansfield as she spoke from the grave and appeared in a bizarre manifestation to the prophet princes. Let us go forth now to Brother Brothers and this week's inspirational message in the name of Her Holiness, Jayne Mansfield.
In the 50s and early 60s, we pumped ourselves up to enormous proportions. America's breasts inflated themselves to near bursting. Men's biceps and thighs swelled to Olympiad proportions. We bumped into one another's bulges like Sacco clowns. We had to be seen. The boy with pectorials larger than the mighty Raquel Welch's had to wear ice yellow and fandango orange slacks, even to be noticed behind the expansive shoulders of the 1001 Mr. Universes that stuffed the streets. A girl had to wear the biggest and gaudiest piece of plastic jewelry just to be seen amongst the foam-laden bras. Color was a key factor. It slashed the horizon on the automobiles, the buildings, the very mental character of the 50s. We thought big, big, big. The huge billboard came of age in the 50s. 60-foot Indians advertised our hamburger drive-ins. Neon shot reds hotter than the sun through tangerine polka dots, cool ray wraparound sunglasses. Clothing oozed purple, slashed with scarlet. The bikini made its premiere in the 50s, but the expanse of firm flesh, some of it never before seen in public, had to compete with the minimal but dazzling and outrageous colors that covered these little patches of synthetic material. Jayne Mansfield, with the most expansive of all busts, picked the most startling of all colors, the brightest color, the gaudiest color. She picked pink. She had the loudest color on the spectrum. She had the biggest breasts, the least talent, but the most razzle-dazzle of any major personality before or since. It is no wonder that she is the idolatress, the one figure that stands before us like the 100-foot-tall purple neon cowboy in the middle of the Nevada desert. She is the one and only deity of the new atomic age. Yes, it is true, we look to the atomic age for guidance and excitement, but it is through Jayne, the epitome of nuclear pizzazz. It is through her that we are able to understand and model ourselves. Jayne showed us the way, and now continues to further enlighten ourselves so that we may model our very way of life, so as to prepare ourselves for the new atomic age. And Jayne tells us through Princess that glamour, among other things, is the key, even if it be false glamour, for that makes it all the more appeasing to dig through the sleaze that lurks seductively under the makeup and pink panties. Jayne was glamorous, though she was not very attractive, but she could really get herself all dolled up. She saw America's image of glamour and wiggled herself into that mold, emerging the shining sequin that dazzled and caught the attention of every last American. She was front page everywhere she went. True, those close to her saw the shine. They saw through her. They saw her at home in her house coat, so to speak. But everyone else in America saw the girl with ruby red lips and big breasts. The little girl, too, that caused the blood of every man and woman in the world to pump at breakneck speeds. Look at the way she even died. What a topper to a lusty life. She couldn't have died with more glamour if it had been a stunt to get in the papers of the old glitz and glory days of Hollywood. Hollywood. That one giant that one image that's conjured up all the excitement, that only it, Hollywood, could stand next to Jayne and not wince and succumb to her glare. Only Jayne Mansfield and Hollywood could stand next to each other and not overshadow the next. Isn't it thought-provoking that Hollywood died shortly after Jayne's death? Oh boy, in the name of Princess, golly.
Do you want to know the truth? I'll tell you the truth. I'm Brother Brothers, David. Do you want to know the truth? I think you do. But don't be a fool. If you're looking for the truth, don't ask me. I'm a liar. Ask me. Do you want to know the truth? I'll tell you the truth. I'm a truck. Do you want to know the truth? I'll tell you the truth. I'm an astronaut. Do you want to know the truth? I'll tell you the truth. I'm an overweight pig. Don't worry about it. You know it's simple. Am I a liar? TV Guide is local, so am I. I'm a nice guy, too. But let's come clean. I'm bored. Are you? Isn't the simple fact you're a student at Weber bore you? It does me, but the potential, your potential, is quite startling. What I have to offer you is amazing. Don't laugh, head. You want to be a go-kart? It's possible. Do you want to be a midget? I can make you one. I can make you a midget or a go-kart. I can make you boy pretend come alive. How? With the double standards. The book of double standards. That's right. In the book and teachings of Princess, it's pretend play school. Potentially, you are the symbolic truck. Right? Right. What is it that makes you a human being? What is it that makes you look and act the way you do? Coincidence. It was a roll of the big bingo wheel that made you a boy look-alike in Centerville, Utah. It's lucky that you're not a John Deere tractor in Centerville, Utah. Luck? No, it's not that simple. But accept this. You are made up of the same subatomic particles as a tractor. Henceforth, potentially, you could be a tractor. But the probability is so slight right now that it's really silly to think about it. But in the new atomic age, that probability is greatly increased. Everything that makes up anything subatomically is in your right now and can be released in the new atomic age. Imagine this as a possibility in the future. You are sitting in front of the TV with a beer. You are a perception of a fly's eye. And then suddenly, not so dramatic, you are Mary Tyler Moore. How? What happened? Well, it's quite simple, young man. You are experiencing the new atomic age. You are now everything, because remember, the axiom or motto of this new atomic age is anything that can happen will. When you are everything, which in this case is the same as nothing, hence, to become this new you, a new set of values or ideals must emerge. Or face it, you're going to commit the big self deal. Suicide, that's what I'm talking about. In the new atomic age, you are all in one. Every possible form of existence is your every mode of thought. Does this mean I'll think like a mass murderer 1 minute and a Relief Society president the next? Right. That's right. But remember, I'm talking in symbols and exaggerations. Actually, the new atomic age is so unfathomable that even trying to think about it is as difficult as picturing the universe is infinite. And the byproducts may not be quite as dramatic at first, but some of them shall be present. So you better get ready, because it's not going to be fun if you're not prepared. And what better way to prepare yourself than with the Book of Double Standards as set forth by Jayne Mansfield and related to Princess. So listen to me. I'm a liar, bent on the truth, even though neither the truth or lies can exist separately. Would you like an example? I'm sure you would. You bet. What I shall tell you now is the true secret of a successful G-man. If you are polite, your acquaintances and business associates will think you're an okay Joe to work with. If you're personal and tell them they had a nose job, they will be embarrassed. Shucks, either way, you're still a sap, and a Sharpie, too. In the name of Princess, it's so delightful, no guff.
The role of the Church of Jayne Mansfield plays in the free-flowing fascism chaos as pertaining to the intangible motif of media law is one of complete irrationality. Irrationality in the sense that utter silliness can be a determining factor in the annihilation of unshakable faith, self-righteous indignation, and general seriousness. Taking oneself too seriously can lead to some very undesirable effects, not only just making everyone who comes in contact avoid the self-righteous like bad breath, but also the actual physical maladies that can result from serious normal behavior. These physical deformities can manifest in varied ways. Severe acne, pimples, painful bowel movements, hair growing on the palms, a voice like the great croaking toad. And yes, in even extreme cases, some have been known to be dead at birth and remain in the realm of the living, holding jobs, raising and stifling families, and making life miserable for the living with their self-pious, one-sided seriousness. So come on, get on the meat wagon. Let's all get serious about chaos, toot la root, in the name of Dizzy Blonde.
And you know what I have today? I have a special treat. Now listen, last night I was walking around and I heard this great band. Hey, they're great. I have a fab new hit by that rave new rock and roll band, Bev and the G-Men. It sounds hot. I heard it for the first time last night and it really swings. And the title of this song is We're G-Men. That's right, We're G-Men. Are you ready? Go! Wow, wasn't that swell? A song about the G-Men, played by Bev and the G-Men, brought to you by a G-Man, myself. Now, don't be confused. That was great. The G-Men are... Bev and the G-Men are Mike Kirkland. He also wrote the song. Joe Judd and Neil Hasklund and Phil. Once again, because I know we have new listeners, let's do a quick rundown on the church. The ta-ta-da-da of the church of Jayne Mansfield is the one and only Jayne herself, who died back in '67. Jayne was a delightful piece of action while alive, but when she was decapitated, it looked like that was it for the Pink Muffin. But then a book was found. A book that is to change the course of history. That book is called Titty Monster, written by a person named Princess. We don't know who Princess is, let alone where her whereabouts are. We do know that at one time she lived in Salt Lake, but besides that, the whole of the mythology rests on this one unknown figure, whom we know will reveal her identity in time. But nonetheless, Titty Monster is a viable tool in itself. The book is divided into 3 parts. One is a history or a biography of sorts of both Jayne and Princess. It is useful in understanding Jayne while she was alive. The second part is entitled The Book of Double Standards. It is here that we get the confuse the enemy standards, if you will. It is in the Book of Double Standards that we prepare ourselves for the future, which, because of its abstract and complex lifestyle, we need a new set of standards on which to work with in a new atomic age, which is explained in the last part of the book. That last part is called the Chihuahua Revelations. They are our future, both scientific and social. The 3 parts of Titty Monster make up a whole essential to any aspiring junior G-man. The book comes from Princess, partially written by herself and partially given to her by Jayne as she communicates with Princess. A copy, or possibly the only copy, was given to the G-Men, which is what I am, what Joseph is, what G. Pete, Butchie Boy, George Jetson, and of course Daryl Dayglow. Next in line are the junior G-Men. What's it take to be a junior G-Man? Why, not much. Just this little badge. Just this little metal badge that can be gotten free from Joseph at the Dayglow Trading Post. All you have to do is send him a SAISY at the Trading Post, which is P.O. Box 6416, Salt Lake City, 84106. That's 6416, Salt Lake City, 84106. You might be saying to yourself, why do I need a G-Man badge? I'll tell you why, fella. Because Princess writes in the Chihuahua Revelations that the G-Man, who is forever threatened by his foes, the heads and the neat guys, or the Western family for short, the G-Man, always threatened with extinction, will at one time be on the verge of collapse. That's right. Princess writes, and this is verbatim from the Chihuahua Revelations, the Western family shall converge on all fronts to destroy the G-Men. The Western family, made up of neat guys and heads, all in unison shall try to vanquish the G-Men in all their rank and file. But I, Princess, shall save you. When it looks to be its worst, when the Western family is all set to make its final kill, totally annihilating the G-Men, I shall come to save you in a rocket ship, large enough to hold all the G-Men and junior G-Men. And the way I shall know them, and know that they are not heads, is that they shall be wearing the badge. That's right, that's why you have to wear your badge. So Princess will recognize you. So you will have your ticket on the rocket. Where will that rocket ship take you? That rocket ship will take you to the planet Venus, as Jayne has designated. The planet is heart-shaped and has Jayne look-alike robot hostesses, and we shall stay there until the new atomic age is all set to go through, and then we shall return to Hollywood and reintroduce the Book of Double Standards. Now that is from Princess herself, via Jayne, I'm sure. What other proof do you need? I mean, it's obvious. Get your G-Men badge today, or you're not going to get on the rocket ship. You're not going to go to Venus, which is really heart-shaped, and you're not going to be waited on hand and foot. You're going to get pink lemonade and pink cookies, and you're going to be able to sit in all this patio furniture with little Jayne robots, and they're going to come with their tray, and they're going to give you all these delicious treats, and it'll be just like one big supper club. So get on the ball in the name of Princess A-OK. I want to read to you a letter sent in to myself a couple of weeks back from a friend of mine here in Salt Lake. He writes, "The other day, David, a gang of born-again Christians approached myself and a companion. Immediately they asked, 'Have you accepted Jesus into your heart?' I said, 'Not really.' Well, of course, I got the full 10-page lectern on how he died for my sins already and that I'm saved if only I'd accept him. After a bit, I said calmly, 'You know, I get the feeling you guys are trying to make me feel good about myself. And then when I'm ecstatic enough, you'll ask me to accept Jesus into my heart, and before you know it, while the good cheer abounds, I'm a-praying like Holy Joe down here on the concrete at D's. When Jesus has touched your heart, your whole being is filled with happiness,' they says to me. I says back, 'It won't work, because I still think I'm a sap in the overall sense of things, and I think you guys is a couple of real bozos, so skedaddle.' Direct insults don't affect these people. Their sermons got fierier until finally they said, 'Get down on your hands and knees and pray with me, brother.' I said, 'No.' They said, 'It'll do your soul a lot of good.' I said, 'All right, I will. If you go out there and stand in the middle of State Street right now and shout at the oncoming traffic, "Jesus is my Savior," for a full 10 minutes. 10 minutes. He said, 'No, what would that prove?' I says, 'It would prove to me that you are indeed devout and confident in the hands of Jesus.' It was obvious we had him up on a double dare, so he says, 'I'll do it, but just for 5 minutes. And I'll do it only if when I get back, you get down on your hands and knees right here and pray for Jesus' forgiveness.' 'Sure,' I says. Well, let me tell you, folks, it was Saturday night, right there on one of the busiest parts of State Street with all those teens out cruising, and then here's this Jesus freak out there in the middle of the road shouting at the top of his lungs, 'Jesus is my Savior, Jesus is my Savior.' Well, those kids ain't in no mood for Sunday school on a Saturday night. They want action and women, not a burnt-out hippie spouting this old Jesus stuff. So after laughing my full head off for a few minutes, when I sees he's ready to come back in off the street, I hightailed it out of there. Ain't no way I'm going to be on my hands and knees on the dirty cement at D's going, 'I repent.' I'd had my fun, so I scooted. But you want to know something, friends? I think we both got something out of it. I, for my part, got a good laugh. And the Christian, he got a form of self-confidence. He could say to himself, 'I do believe. I've proved it.' And you know what? He's right. He does believe. Yes, sir. He proved to himself and me that he will stand in the middle of the road and have faith in Jesus. But does this necessarily prove he was right or wrong? You see, this church isn't going to come out here and tell you what is right and what is wrong, since I don't think there is such a distinction. And if on future programs it seems we are doing such, it's only a matter of practice. We're going to take a stand and then hopefully try to contradict it. All basically I can simply give you is a social diary. But the diary of a flaky teenage girl who's in love with Sean Cassidy one day and Rod Stewart the next. Using that same metaphor, this same teenager wants a pet cat one day and a horse the next. Though we'll try to be a little more consistent for clarity's sake, but let's set the record straight at the outset. This isn't always this, and the Church of Jayne Mansfield, is possibly the only church that practices this concept as a major principle. So if you're looking for stability, I suggest you look somewhere else. You bet, in the name of Princess Hot Dog. Jayne is like a gunfighter. Jayne is the gunfighter who's going to keep telling you so, and if you disobey, she's going to put her Colt 45 to your head and fire. She's going to scatter your brains like a busted beanbag. She's going to knife your testicles about and put a rattlesnake in your sleeping bag. Don't disobey, Jayne, or come high noon, it's going to be a Sam Peckinpah movie with you like Bonnie and Clyde writhing in slow motion while she fills every inch of your body with bullet holes and slashes. Oh, my goodness, all those little lights are on. Oh, okay, let's try it. First you. Hello, you're on the air.
Hello?
Hello.
That's about as sick a thing as I've ever heard, this ridiculous program. You didn't even have the courtesy to talk to that woman that called because you don't have the intelligence enough to talk to her. It isn't for real. It couldn't be for real.
Lady, can I say something? I'm really busy down here, and I've got
Well, great. You don't
Lady, I'm going to turn you off. So long. Okay, let's try this lady. They all seem to be ladies. They don't like me. Hello, you're on the air.
How old are you, sonny boy? You're really cute.
I'm older than you.
Huh.
I bet you're 95. So long. Bye. Whoops, wrong button. Okay, now let's go back to Jayne. All these funny ladies. I thought they were at Relief Society today. Okay. Well, I've got some phone calls here, so let's go right on to them. Okay, you're on the air.
Hi, brother.
Hiya. Who's this?
It's Jayne.
Oh, boy.
I'm not dead.
I knew I'd get a crackpot. I knew it. Listen,
How
lady.
dare you?
Listen, lady.
Exploit me like you have been.
Lady, I know Jayne's dead.
You don't know fucking shit.
Let's go to this other call. Hello. Hello, you're on the air.
Hello. Right now I'd like to give a testimonial, if I could.
Well, who are you? Maybe some crackpot from...
My name is Earl.
Ogden.
My name is Earl. I live...
Oh, Earl from Tooele.
Exactly.
Great. Go ahead, Earl.
As you know, I run a small Chihuahua ranch.
Yes.
In Tooele, and frankly, lately I've been having visions, and the Chihuahuas will support me in this.
Uh-huh.
There was a low, dark sky and a lot of clouds and thundering Chihuahua hooves, and then it faded out. And there on the crest of a butte, about 30 feet above the ground, a vague pink aura, the shape of a heart.
Yes, that sounds like a Jayne, a symbol from Jayne.
Right, and, well, I couldn't understand it, and there, later in front of the split level, the ranch house.
Yeah.
Just to the side of the ceramics plant we make the teacups for the Chihuahuas to be shipped in.
Yeah.
There was a small package that was not wrapped in anything I was familiar with, and there I stood. I was spellbound. I started the dance, the dance.
Yeah.
Well, that's all I can say now.
Well, what was in the package, Earl?
Well, it was like a glowing pink substance. It was somewhat like a mucous membrane.
That's strange, Earl. I mean, that was obviously a message from Jayne. You have been enlightened by Jayne.
I have.
Do you want to know? Did you actually see Jayne herself?
But just within the pink heart, there was a kind of yellow whiteness.
Well, besides Princess, it sounds like you're the only person, this is important, Earl, you're the only person that has received a message from Jayne herself. All the other G-men have never received anything from Jayne Mansfield. We only have the words of Princess. This is very important, Earl. Earl, I want you to keep in touch because... if Jayne does decide to visit you again out there on the Chihuahua Ranch, you could be a living, live receptionist of Jayne. Right now, all we have is Princess, and the last word we heard was she was in Hollywood, so...
Well, I'll keep in touch, and maybe I'll get an idea as to what some of this meant.
Okay, yeah, that's important. I'll cram through all the books I have given to me by Princess. I'll try and get a message to Princess, though it's really hard, you know. I mean, I have to send these little chihuahuas with little notes under their collars back to Princess, and I don't know if she gets them or not. But I'll try and get an answer.
If you need any extra chihuahuas, let me know.
I know, Earl. Your chihuahuas are the best in the state, in the whole nation.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, and do keep in contact.
Okay, thank you very much, Earl.
Thank you much, brother.
Nice talking. Oh, never mind. We got a phone call. I'll go right to that guy. Okay, let's see. Are you ready, phone caller? We're getting ready to push them buttons. 10, 9, 8. Hello, you're on the air.
Hi, brothers.
Oh, Vera, how are you?
Rather well.
Do you mind me calling you Vera?
Well, it'll do.
Okay, now, let's not get mad.
I promise.
Okay, let's not get nasty, and let's talk rational, like real adults.
You see.
Okay, Vera?
Well, you rained on my parade.
I rained on your parade? Mm-hmm. I'm sorry, Vera.
And I'm recouping from a butt tuck. And, be patient with me.
What?
Be patient with me.
Oh, okay. I'll be patient with you, Vera. Do you have something to say? What?
Well, I'm a little embarrassed.
I can imagine. So am I.
And I didn't mean to worry you at all.
Oh, no, you shouldn't worry me.
I think you're really sexy, though.
Okay. Listen, Vera, I've got this great idea.
Okay. Lay it on me.
Okay, listen, Vera, you've got the greatest voice in town. Now, I know some kinky guys, you know, like Joseph and Pete and Brent.
Mm-hmm.
Well, these guys, they love to get anonymous, obscene phone calls.
They do?
Listen, Vera, wait a minute. What, I can't talk about this on the air? Oh, I can talk about this on the air? Okay, great. Oh, I know it. You do sound like Jayne Mansfield. It's great. Now, you're not Jayne Mansfield. You look like her?
Yes, I do.
Really?
Especially on Sundays.
Oh, I love it. Everybody with a boner, raise their hand. Okay, listen. What was I going to say to Vera? Oh, yeah, listen, Vera. We've got this...
Where did you find that name?
Well, actually, Vera is Jayne Mansfield's middle name.
Well, you could have fooled me.
You know, we know that Jane is dead. We have to accept it, Vera, and that's why I was so upset.
I can't.
You can't accept that Jane's dead?
I've never been able to.
I know, it's horrible, isn't it? I mean, she was decapitated, her little heady flew off.
Why did she do such a thing? She was so voluptuous and luxurious. I miss her so.
Don't we all? Listen, back to the dirty stuff. I mean, okay. I want to make some money, Vera. I mean, who cares what you think about Jayne Mansfield, really? I mean, we want to make some bucks. No, I'm just joking, Vera. Don't hang up on me. Don't say those nasty words, because I get in trouble.
I promise.
Okay, I get in trouble with those little guys in the black suits that are chasing Daryl.
I'm really sorry. I got carried away.
I know, it happens to all of us, but I've been lucky. I haven't said anything nasty on the air yet.
Oh, but you're so nasty.
I'm so nasty. I know it. I'm glad I'm alone in this room. No one can see me, what I'm doing to myself, what I'm touching myself.
Yes. Don't stop now.
Oh, I'm supposed to. Brent says I have to. Brent's our engineer down here, and he keeps me posted with all the little rules and regulations, what I can and cannot say.
I have to ask you one thing.
Okay, go ahead, shoot.
I recently received a dead chihuahua in the mail.
Oh, my God.
What does this mean? I mean, okay, chihuahuas are great. I love them. I had one once, and I named her Penny. Okay, She haunted me after she died.
Uh-huh.
I love chihuahuas. I do.
Mm-hmm.
But tell me, what does it mean?
Well, there's two possibilities. First of all, do you know Earl of Earl's Chihuahua Ranch out there in Tooele?
Well, one night.
Well, if anybody into Chihuahua knows Earl's from Earl's Chihuahua Ranch out there in Tooele, maybe Earl doesn't like you.
Well, I'm sure he does.
You sure he does? Well, then that's probably not it then. The other possibility is, now, Did you know, well, I'm sure you know this because I've said it before, when Jayne Mansfield was decapitated in that fateful car accident, she had 2 chihuahuas with her.
Oh.
One was named Popsicle and the other one was named Momsicle. Cute, huh?
Lovely.
Well, anyway, Popsicle was decapitated also.
Oh.
Do you think? Do we dare think?
I don't know.
Is it coincidence?
A little bit old, huh?
Yes. Coincidence, maybe.
Maybe. I'm not sure.
But maybe not.
But it did kind of startle me a little bit. And I haven't thrown it away. I'm saving it.
You're
Maybe
saving
I'll show it to you.
Oh, that's great.
I'm thinking of having you to tea very soon.
Having what?
Having you over for tea very soon.
Oh, for tea.
For tea.
Oh, over for tea.
You know,
That's great. Oh, that's cute. That's great. Sounds like fun. Actually, I don't mess with transsexuals. Listen, Vera, we got to cut you off again.
All right, Dollface.
All right, bye-bye. Cute.
Bye-bye.
Did that pretty good, didn't I? Brent. Okay.
You're cruising for a bruise on that guy.
Listen, Brent, none of this radio foul play. Let me go back to the G-Men.
I'll knock you out.
Oh, hey, Brent, we've got another phone call. I can't believe it. What's wrong with my earphones? Okay, we got another phone call. My earphones have gone out. There we go. Another phone call. Boy, I got to get my new astronaut helmet. I've got my astronaut helmet on order, but it's just not showed up. These earphones and these astronaut helmets are just malfected. Okay, here we go to this phone call. I can get my earphones to work. Oops. I busted my earphones. Better trade them. Hold on, kids. Okay, I've got my new earphones on. Ooh, I sound different. Okay, now we're going to go to this caller, and this caller, I bet... Okay, let me make a prediction. I predict it will be... Reverend Burpo? No. Joseph. Okay, you ready, Joe? 1, 2. You're on the air, Joseph.
I hate to disappoint you. This is Earl.
Oh, Earl, it's great. It's no disappointment, I assure you. Earl, I want you to help me clear up something. Now, I just had Vera call up, and she claims she got a decapitated chihuahua. Now, do you have anything to do with that, Earl? Tell me true.
You know how I feel about chihuahuas.
I do.
There's no way, matter of fact, I'm calling in reference to that statement in the previous phone call.
Yeah.
And the fact that she received a decapitated chihuahua in the mail is somewhat disconcerting to me. And I've got a tracer on it now.
Yeah.
And I hope within the very near future, maybe next week, I can give you some enlightenment as to why it happened. Maybe, as you know, I did have the vision last week, and I've had time now to think about what it might have meant. I found that the blob in the small pink box that was by the Teacup Ceramics factory. I don't know. Vera didn't indicate that the Chihuahua she received was shipped in a teacup, so I doubt very much that it could have been one of my Chihuahuas.
I didn't think so, Earl. I knew you're a soft, kind, gentle human being, and...
Well, I would never allow that kind of thing to happen. However, we did have a difficulty about 6 months ago. We had a massive shipment to Tucson of some Chihuahuas, and we have like a multiple-layered truck, and of course they are shipped in the teacups. And I don't know, you may have read about it. There was a bit of sabotage, I think.
Oh, no.
And the driver was, well, he was hurt extensively, but 2 of the levels in the truck had broken through, and 1,000 teacups with Chihuahuas was shattered and thrown to the ground.
Oh my goodness!
In transit, there we had about 1,200 deaths. It was a tragedy, and we're still mourning the loss.
I'm mourning with you, Earl. How to do it? Okay, push that button. That button. You're on the air. Talk to me right now.
Yeah. You know what you sound like?
What?
You sound like a bunch of irretrievably profane homosexuals. Is that what you are?
Well, let's see. Irretrievable, profane homosexuals. You got 2 out of 3 right. Can you guess which 2? Come on, guess which 2. Lady, you still there?
No, I think it's all 3.
No, you're wrong. Well, listen, you called up and you asked me. Now, you're giving me multiple choice. Now, I'm trying to answer as best I can. Now, I'm trying to be honest with you, lady. Now, you've given me, well, let's see, what, profane, irrational, homosexuals. Now,
No, irretrievable.
Oh, irretrievable. I'm sorry. Oh, oops, I goofed up. Well, let's say you said irrational. Let's say you said irrational, okay?
No, not irrational.
Now, play my game, lady. Okay, we're profane.
Deprecated.
Okay, deprecated. That's a great word. We're profane, deprecated homosexuals. Now, 2 of those 3 are right. Can you guess which 2?
I can't believe it's only 2.
Well, it's the truth, lady. I don't lie on the air. I don't. I swear. I'm crossing my heart right now.
You don't think you do, huh?
No, I said I don't. Now, there's a difference. Now, are you going to guess with me? Are you going to play the game? Are you going to play the game? Are you going to play my game? Listen, you've got the ball. Go with it. Are you going to play my game or not? Oh, get lost. If you don't play my game, I get really mad. If you're not going to play my game, we won't play any game. I'll take my ball home and you won't play at all. It's my game or no game. Gosh, where do we get these ladies? They won't play my game. It's my game. I brought the time, and they'll play my game or no game at all, because I'm spoiled, and you'll play my game or no game at all. Call me up again, lady, and I'll really give you a tongue lashing. Okay, let's talk about those G-men again. Those great, dynamic G-men. Tomorrow's dynamic titans. Ooh. They can't see me. Why am I acting? Okay, Brent? Okay. All right, 1, 2, 3. You're on the air.
Brothers.
Oh, who's this? Oh, it's Vera. Oh, hi, Vera.
I'm really excited. I didn't mean to call back because I know you want to hear from other people, but something really intense just happened.
What?
Well, after that call from Earl, I went and checked the box with the teacup. The Chihuahua, it's gone. And the teacup is gone, and guess what?
Oh,
You're not
no.
gonna believe this.
What?
You're not. In its place, I found a plastic Barbie doll with blonde hair and big tits. And that's not all. She was sucking a lime green popsicle, and it's sticky and wet and gooey, and it's naked, and there's lipstick smeared in broken glass, 2 zebra earrings with matching accessories, and it's kind of, and it's bloody, and there's a fake mustache. There's a fake mustache. Brothers, I'm really scared.
So am I.
It's bloody. I'm scared.
Okay, listen, Vera. Hold on, Vera. G-men to the rescue. Calling all G-men to Vera's house right away. G-men, ho. Oh, listen. Oh, boy. Oh, wow. Ooh.
Should I save it?
Oh, of course you should save it. I save everything. Listen.
I'm frantic.
I know. Listen. Can you sit down on the couch? Watch the Jetsons or something. Watch TV. That's calming. Now watch TV. Take a sedative and relax. Okay. Okay, and I'll have the G-men there within seconds. Okay, Vera?
Thank you, my darling.
Okay, we'll see you later, dear. Now hold on.
All right.
All right. Bye. Let's see. We're gonna push this button and then that button. Okay, first this button and then this button, and I say you're on the air and we're all legal. Okay, go.
Okay. I used the wrong word. The word is depraved.
Oh, hiya, lady. Oh, it's good to hear from you again. Listen, long time no talk. What's up?
It bothered me because
How's
I
the boys?
used the wrong word.
Oh, I'm sorry. How's the boys?
Depraved.
Not what? Your boys are depraved?
No, I say.
How about Fred? How's Fred? Is the job working out all right for him? All right, gosh, the man's got a lot of pressure. I mean, building the new split level out there in Twilla and everything. I mean, the guy's really got a lot of pressure, and I hope you and the boys understand that Fred's going through a lot right now. I mean, his job at Univac is really putting a lot of pressure on him, but if he can hold on, if he can get the split level bit remodeled, everything will be okay.
What makes you that way?
What?
What makes you that way?
I don't know. Probably the same way that George gets that way.
Your cohorts.
My cohorts? My cohort. Hey, you've got a sense of humor.
The ones that call up.
Oh, well, I don't know who those are. I mean, I'm
programmed to call up.
No, I swear to you, on my heart and on my knees and on everything else I own on my body, I don't know who those people are. And I was just thinking to myself, I said I'd help Vera, I'd send the G-men after her, but I don't know who she is. And I don't want to give her address over the air because I'll have kooks like you running down there with Bibles.
Is that what you are?
What?
A bunch of depraved and profane
degenerate,
homosexuals?
homosexuals.
Okay, now let's see. You used 4 this time, right? Last time it was only 3. Now you're getting tricky, lady. But
I'm getting specific.
No,
I'm getting to the truth.
I'll stretch out a little. Okay, I'll tell you.
Okay, I just didn't like the word I used because that's not what I was really trying to say.
I know. So you consulted the thesaurus and came up with a better one. Great. You got a dictionary? Listen, keep it right next to
really closer to where it is.
Blah, blah, blah. Listen.
Okay.
Okay,
bye.
let's all... Lady, you never get me. Oh, my God. Lady, he called back. Lady, we were going to play a game, lady. We were going to play a game, and you hung up on me. I get all upset. Okay, let's do something else. Okay. Lady, you get me so mad. Oh, well, she'll probably call in again.
Yep. Oh, I forgot. Butchie Boy, why do I have him on as a special guest? Because I'm cute. Right. Also, because you're very enlightening. You bet. Say, aren't you a lifeguard as well? That kind of makes you important.
Yep, I'm a hero, too.
A hero?
Yes, sir. I save lives from drowning little kids.
Oh, yeah? How many?
6.
Well, I guess that does make you a hero. Boy, folks, we've got an honest-to-goodness hero in the studio today. Now, that's sure something, isn't it?
That's right.
People like us to believe that modern man is at a fork in the road. One way takes us to the mountaintops, while the other leads us to a swamp. One way, everything will be A-OK. The other will give us disillusion and regret. I'm afraid it's just not that simple. I prefer to think the road is not having a fork in it at all, nor are we currently debating a serious problem in our mind as to what road we shall take. Listen, I think the road, as we call it, is a curvy, kind of cute, kind of horrible thing. We do have some control, but not enough to decide which way to go, let alone control our own destiny. But there are alternatives, the unenlightened audience cries. Sure, but they're imaginary. There is but one path to pursue, and anyone saying they can predict the outcome is simply silly.
The path changes into little conveyor belts.
No. Let's not get confused. Simply stated, we are on a path.
And that's like shopping carts.
Shut up, Butchie Boy.
You shut up.
Twerp.
Double broke.
All in fun, folks. Me and Butchie Boy are the best of buds. Right, Butchie Boy?
Right, buddy.
Buddy. Buddy. That's right. Do you want a cigarette?
Well, thank you.
Think nothing of it.
Oh, but I'm most humbly in your service.
Oh, no. It's a pleasure to serve you, hero.
A delicious cigarette.
Aren't they?
Yes, pray tell, what kind are they?
Viceroy.
Well, what an appropriate name.
Oh, I thought so.
You did?
Yeah, want another?
But I haven't finished this one yet.
Well, so what, stupid? Have another.
Stop it.
In the new atomic age, the rocket will be everywhere. Some small enough to fit in your pockets. Butchie Boy, stop it.
No.
Oh, Butchie Boy. Butchie Boy. Hey, G-Bob, how about coming out here for a few seconds and let the folks hear your voice?
Well, sure. You know, it's the kids of today who'll be tomorrow's saps. And as the memory of Jayne recedes further and further into the past, it becomes harder and harder for the kids to learn about the divine Jayne from their parents. And you know, that's where I come in. I want to help these youngsters by giving them some straight facts and a little guidance.
That's a worthy sentiment, G-Bob.
Well, I hope my little talks help the youngsters out there lead sappier lives in the eyes of Princess.
Well, sure, those are inspirational words that we could all do well to heed by, particularly the kids. Hey, speaking of the kids, why don't we bring them out?
Let's do.
Hey, G-John, G-Dave, how about coming on out?
Hi, brothers!
Well, hello there, kids. Now, you boys are going to be on the show with G-Bob every week, isn't that right?
We sure are!
Well, I bet you're sure excited.
Yeah!
Is G-Bob a good teacher?
Yeah, he sure is. He's Willie King.
Oh, I'm glad you feel that way. What do your schoolmates think about Jayne Mansfield?
Well, we talk to them every day at recess, and they all think she's real cool.
Great. Well, let's talk to some of the other folks down here. Okay, we'll see you later, kids.
Bye!
Hi-ya, ho there, folks. It's your old pal Joseph back from that mecca of perversion. That Babylon a Go-Go, that wonderful place where you can get anything, no matter how disgusting. I'm talking about, you guessed it, New York, New York. And what better place for a sicko sleazo such as myself to wallow around in shallow putrefaction, slow death, and the glory of West 42nd Street. Ah, the thrill of that endless array of latex novelties and lewd and sordid beat shows, nude rap sessions, and full-length adult porno, where the participants get into the most bizarre positions and unnatural devices that I'm sorry to admit that I haven't even had a chance to try yet. But give me a chance. Even Babylon wasn't decadent in the beginning. The Babylonians had to practice at their artistic style of perversion. New York, New York. Oh, what a beautiful city. Oh, what a gloriously filthy city. Oh, gosh, Big Apple, you're rotten to the core, and I love you for it. Toot la root, in the name of Princess Golly.
Butchie Boy has a poem he'd like to read today.
I sure do.
Did you write it?
Uh-huh.
Well, let's hear it then.
Okay, here goes. Jayne Mansfield by Butchie Boy. Once there was a movie star who she drove a pink car. She was very kind to animals, but everyone said that she was a scandal. I think she was beautiful and built plentiful, and that's why I hope she lives forever in the hearts and minds of children and poodles. That's all.
Well, that was sweet.
Thank you.
In fact, it was sickly sweet. Saccharine to the max. Was beautiful and built plentiful.
Did you really like it?
Oh, it was lovely. Just lovely. Butchie Boy! Oh, there! Butchie Boy!
What? Listen, what? Baby Huey, I told you not to bother me.
It's Vera. It's Vera. It's Vera.
What? It's who? Vera?
Hi. I'm back.
I don't believe it. You're alive.
For keeps this time. I mean it. Well,
it's Vera.
Horrible things happened, but I feel safer now. Well, I know now we're all screwed, like rainbow trout. And he sent me offerings of fallen hairs, hoping I'd return. Oh, now I know our greatest defense is defected out of decent, devoted to all the boners inside. I know that day I shouldn't have ate those things. Small, bite-size. Oh, they made me hot and jumpy and dizzy, almost flaky. I dropped my breakfast on the porch. I blanked out, and I hit the floor. Okay, you sticker Valentines. I had dreams galore, passing and waving bye-bye. Well, yes, maybe then. Oh, yes. I awoke. I felt odd. Oh, my God, he was gone. I searched through his bedspread. It was all there. All there. Everything from toothpicks to loose screws. It was then I found his birth papers. Very, very impressive. Xeroxed and taped together. I knew it. Yes, he was no darn relation whatsoever to our Earl. I thank my lucky hearts. The creep face is from Dugway, wouldn't you know, near the proving grounds. That sure sums him up. He's Mr. Nobody. Well, anyway, back to that. I heard the banging. I held my breath. Rocks were landing. Yes, it was then that I saw Junior's G-Man Jim, equipped with bulldozer and rubber gloves, a big grin on his face. Screaming, coming. Yes, he came to take me home. Oh, thanks, baby doll. Oh, it's so good to be back at my streamlined cabin on Highway 91. Oh, yes.
Cheesecake. I can't believe it's really you. All across the nation, G-men are blossoming boners. It's springtime. Now listen, Vera. Come on, Vera. Give. You've got the pulp. Did he goo-goo with his pee-pee on you? What's the rot? Sex and violence, huh?
Too many times he made me put glitter on my you-know-what and made me dance.
Oh, my God.
Glitter. Lots of it. I can't get it off still.
He forced you to entertain him with your favors.
So many times. And then he gagged me and blinded me with my own blow-up bra. Can you imagine the indecency? The total indecency of that, I think it was, well, I might have been dreaming. Could have been the LSD. God, he was fat. Pimples and a knife. I knew it couldn't be true. Oh, Earl, I'm so sorry. Earl, I'm so sorry. Yes.
It was Junior G-Man Jim, who independently came via the bulldozer.
It was so exciting. It was a yellow one with black lettering that said, Jim. Jim, I love him.
Jim, we applaud you for your independent efforts to save Vera Cheesecake, Vera Beach. And Vera, are you back in Bountiful, Woods Cross?
Well, I did kind of get attached to the Delmonico, though it's kind of creepy. But I am back, and, well, I like Woods Cross. And, well, I like Highway 91, and to tell you the truth, I like just about every motel inside. It's good.
Okay. Before every one of the G-Men down here at the studio just burst their slacks, I'm going to read some double standards. Western family doesn't get boners. That's why they get mad when I refer to them. Only the G-Men get them because they have a lot to be titillated about. The Western family is symbolically a bunch of wrinkled poo-poos. I mean, what's wrong with it? Nothing's wrong to the G-Man, but the Western family thinks it's a loss of control. Joseph and myself were talking about this the other day, and he said to me, I don't care. I'll walk around all day with one, and maybe I'll be obnoxious about it and wear dirty, tight pants, because I don't care what those mutts think. I've got the guts. That's all it is just having the guts to have a boner. G. Pete grits his Pete. G. Pete grits his teeth when he's got one, and Daryl Dago shakes his leg. And when Vera is with Boner, that's right, Vera gets one too, and when a Boner overcomes Vera, she giggles continuously. Oh, Vera, you're giving away your physical condition. Ready? Yeah, we're ready.
Yep.
Sure, I'm ready. $3 under butter. What does that mean, Vera?
I had to tip him.
You had to tip the abductor. Do you have any idea who your abductor was?
I'm not sure. I wonder myself. He never came back. I still think he might be down at that Sleaze Cafe. Well, we all know about that place.
Don't we ever?
I hate that red stuff all over the walls. It's kind of fuzzy. You know, some people like to touch it, though. Some people like those furry red things. I don't know. But he's down there. You know why? Because he likes fries and gravy. Yes, that all-time favorite. Fries and gravy.
Oh, how we found you. Leave your lipstick on the dashboard, dear. And keep your eyes on the rearview mirror. Been living in Motel Land. Oh, Vera, Vera, oh, Vera. Here's a clue. You forgot to leave your lipstick on a dashboard, dear. And you're never, never, never gonna know how they found you. Keep your eyes on the review mirror. Mirror! Just been living in Motel Land. I've been living in Motel Land. Oh, Mirror, Mirror, Mirror. Oh, Vera, 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 I heard it go on the radio. Oh, anybody tell me